Wait. Don't click away yet. I'm Roland Forgon, the chess dev, and this is part 3 of Banner Saga. I really hope you enjoy it. It's a very slow, story-driven game. Part 1's here, and I hope you have a good day.
Weatherfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the way. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
By Hardenberg, that's a lot of Arl for some missing cattle. What? A couple days back sent word to Strand about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until it sinks in that you aren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up hills carrying them away. Don't know many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself. Scalfings out here, maybe? Could they have Varl working for them? Not from what the governor told me. I'm going to look around and get a camp set up. The peasant spits, his eyes anxiously darting about as the caravan sets up its tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's silver for food, for any food you've got. For hundreds of Varl? Are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You thinking of squatting? Not enough room for a couple hunters here. Forget hundreds of... Shut up. Hear that? Where's Ludin? It's faint. Sounds like fighting and something else. Hakon takes off at a run. Oh, it's just gonna throw me right into it. Gotcha. Oh, what the fuck are you? Are these Scourge? They look like mechs. What the hell going on here? What is this? What is this? Oh. I can do 8 to him? Yeah, over 2 turns, that's more than enough. Monger's just gonna advance and then turn. I might pass out today. Each horrible I already almost got suspended. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Jeez. Seems like I'm about to get a whole bunch of these guys in Sundering Impact, though. Oh, it'll hit my ally. Yeah, no. So I can grant extra willpower with the horn. Okay. Actually. It won't hit your ally if you pick the right enemy. Why wouldn't it hit my ally if I picked the big dude? Or do you just mean that sometimes it won't, sometimes it would? Oh, I could just kill him, so I'm just gonna do that. It hits 2 enemies going counterclockwise. Watch the squares when you line it up. Oh, interesting. Thank you. I'll give it another shot on the next one. You said counterclockwise? The foe's lying dead at your feet. Bloodwood has been injured in battle. Gained 5 renown. Continue. How do I heal when he's been injured? You trying to get yourself killed, Ludin? What are you doing? I was trying to get a shot between the plates. Never seen a dredge before, boy? What kind of idiot? Break their armor first. Where did they come from? We didn't even see them. They were just there. Hakan gets to where the Vognir lies face down. The future Valking lies motionless, aside from a spreading pool of blood. Vognir's dead. Well, fuck. I'm glad you like it. I'm enjoying it so far myself. I spent quite a long time on this map last time. Where did that thing come from? Shh, stay close. I think it saw us. Oh! So we're just gonna... Well, both of these guys are archers, so I'm putting them in the back corners. But they might have some sort of if they're together synergy, so I'm gonna move them together though. To deploy them within the blue squares, then click ready to start. This guy's the guy on the cover. Huh. I really have to use the head, but I am now really intrigued by this game. I will be back. Alright, I'm back. So, this guy, what's his name? He's just called Rook. Light step, move through allies. Mark prey. Does armor break damage. All allies within range attack the marked target. Oh, that's really good. Okay. What's their speed? Wait, how far can I go? How about that? I can move 4 tiles. So they should also move about 4 tiles. So I can go to here and be fine. I'm gonna end my turn. Puncture does strength damage when stationary. Bonus strength damage when stationary. Thread the needle hits all units between the archer and the target, doing bonus armor break damage. That's cool. Ah. Alright. So now she's in range. Now she can attack this guy, right? That was a bit of a misstep. Oh! Dude bro's ranged. Okay. What's her ability do? Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah, we're still gonna... Oh, I meant to willpower that. That's fine. Ah, oh, fuck. Stop attacking my girl. Shit. Oh, has to be adjacent. Fuck. Alright, that's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so all she has to do is survive another turn. Nice. Was that a dredge? Alette looks calm, but you could tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the yaks bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You could see more dark figures moving through trees when you glanced in that direction. All that food, that was the last we were going to get before winter. What do we do? Don't run. Let me think. Okay, so option A, do you think you can handle more of them? Option B, if we hurry, we can gather them before more dredge appear. Running isn't the option for me. I don't want to run away. No, Dad, I mean, we're already lucky to be alive. I know, it's okay. Oh, come on. Supplies represent food and other goods. Great! I thought I was gonna get supplies by killing some dredge, but no. Come on, just pick them off one by one from a distance. Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. The more people are in the caravan, the faster supplies will diminish. Also, that was my daughter? You can see how many days of supplies you have left on the travel display at the top of the screen. 4. Most towns will have supplies to sell as well as a few items.
I never expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
Ivor. The enormous Varl in question towers over the men in the training field. He squints as you approach. Already back, Huntmaster? Thought you'd be tomorrow. Dredge. Everywhere. Dredge? How did they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. The fighters nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around you. Damn it. They'll be here soon if they're not already. You hear screams from the outskirts. People are running towards the Great Hall. Ivor turns to one of the older boys in his group of fighters. Egil, take Alette to the Great Hall. Tell the chieftain what's happening. The rest of you, gather up as many people as you can. Come on, Alette. That's a fuckboy. That guy's a fuckboy. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the vibe. No, I want to help. Let them fight, Ivor. Why not invite some ghosts to join us too? You're asking for dead kids. I won't let anything happen to her. At the very least... Yeah, well, they'll have to deal with it sooner or later, Ivor. What now? Fuh. Eagle, keep your shield up. We just hold them off until everyone's inside, then we figure out what to do next. More shouts draw your attention to some houses atop a nearby hill. Okay, well, let's figure out... Yep. Sure enough, dredge are gathering in number. Fear threatens to bubble over into panic. How long do we need to keep this up, you ask? Ivor shakes his head. Unknowingly. That's a bad sign. Scarlboy first. Archers at the back. Whoop. What are you? A raid master? Sure. Okay. Let's get you out of range. Interpose. You're gonna come soon no matter what, so let's put you here. And, keep you in the back for now. The one with the shield looks like trouble. Let me handle him. Oh, big boy wants to handle him. Okay. Sure. But first you're gonna handle this guy. We on the same page? Actually. What's this ability do? Hold on. Return the favor. When hit by an adjacent enemy, counterattack for 1 armor damage. Battering ram. Knock the target back through multiple tiles, doing armor break damage. Oh. Well, I wish I'd known that before I moved over here. I was just trying to clear the way for my other boys. Well, we're still gonna do it. What's your ability? Shield Wall, +1 armor to adjacent allies and self. Stone Wall blocks damage to strength and armor for 1 round. Okay, yeah, we're gonna move you here because he's about to be attacked, like you would not believe. And we're gonna end turn. Okay. Oh, I should have used Stonewall. That was dumb. Let's bust through Dude Bro's armor. Can't line it up. What's the range on the attack? Hold on. 5. Good. So that means I should be able to reach barely on the yellow. Fine. Can I just hit from here? No. How much closer do I need to be? 2 squares. Forward. 1 square over. Okay. Yikes. You're gonna stonewall up. One down. Ah, fuck. Did not realize that I would be fighting mechs in this game. That's wild. Oh yeah, you're moving right back in. And then you're going away. Bitch. Okay. Now move forward. Stonewall. Keep it good. That +1 to armor is really useful. Please don't have an AoE. No, we're good. Bitchin'. How close? 2 diagonal? it's necessary. Okay. Four should be enough. Yeah. Actually, no. I want him here. I am gonna have him, yeah. Basically, this guy's acting as an armor buff for this guy. In that case, do I want him to move? Tricky. Let's keep him right here. Let's have him stonewall. Just because I remember this guy had a knockback ability. It's pretty devastating. He's going to get injured and even downed. That's pretty annoying. Oh, thank fuck. Let's back up. Attack this guy. It's a lot of armor. He's down, he's injured. I can only deal 4. I can only deal 4. Yeah, killing this unit is more important than, Bro! I didn't think you could reach her. Okay. Well, well, she does extra damage when she doesn't move, so... Oh, I have to move out. Okay. Makes sense. Archer things. Oh, that's right! Warhorn! Thanks. I forgot about that. This thing's a fucking force. Really? I'm sure it's 1. Oh, he could kill him. The foe's laying dead at your feet. Okay. Okay, I have promotion. And an injury. Combat can be unforgiving. Don't hesitate to change the difficulty of battle if it leaves you frustrated, or if you find yourself needing a tougher challenge. Use the options menu to change difficulty. Don't worry, you can change the difficulty at any time and it has no effect on the story or the choices that you make. A black horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivor, glancing over his shoulder. We're going back. Then adds, Rook, I'm doing one more check of the houses around here. See if you can find anyone. Keep watch. As you turn to head back, a colossus appears around the side of a house. It silently looms over Alette, its face an expressionless, stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it may have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back its enormous mace. Suddenly, Egil is between the dredge and Alette. He really trying. His shield above him, the black stone mace falls, Egil's shield crumples, and so does the boy beneath it. A moment later, Ivor is there, his sword run through the neck of the dredge. He's gone, says Ivor, looking over the boy's shattered skull. Oh! Alette gasped, her hands to her mouth. I'm checking the other houses, Ivor remarked. See if you can find anyone, then meet me in the Great Hall. Okay! We barely knew this boy, but he was trying. Sorry I called you a fuckboy. I will honor you but I will honor your death as best as I fucking can. You find anyone? A few. Sent them inside. Gods, this is bad. I picked to shout because I thought that she was going to, you know, be on edge, pay attention, dive down. No. Egil died jumping in the way of Big Boy's mace before Ivor slew the dredge. And that's where we are. About Gil. It was my fault. He was a good fighter for his age. No family, I thought. I forgot what it's like facing dredge. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about dredge. This would be the time to start talking. I can tell you they rarely stop for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. You can reload and try a different option. No. I want my authentic experience, and if I get a game over, I get a game over. If I lose a unit, I lose a unit. I'm going hard. I wasn't attached to Egil yet. Feels like cheating. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders. I wasn't there. But I know you fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. That's cool. I don't think there's game over, but you can lose characters. The game's rough like that. Yeah, apparently. Alright, heroes first. There's just Dredge here in the foreground. Injuries. Let's promote. Shield break, shield break. Rest in camp to heal. Okay. It is unfortunate that I lost Ivor. He was my tank. Or not Ivor, Eagle, whatever. Rook, thank the gods you made it. The Great Hall is an utter din, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain wife finds you, pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight, what would you do? What would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Not so easily done, Rook. I trust Ivor on this. The chieftain sighs a deep, heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. Imagine us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go if Dredge are coming down from the north? Frostvelder, to the west. It's close and it has walls. I intend to be free of Saga in one push, nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostvelder. That sounds like suicide. Yes, it does. That sounds like suicide. I want to help. All of the above. I'm going to tell him it sounds like suicide, but so not one. I want to help with the distraction. What if we set the town on fire as we left? Do we abandon the storehouse? We don't have time for that. Okay. Picking between them. I have the luxury of sitting here and thinking about this. I am already down on supplies because I fucked up earlier. I think I'm going to set the town on fire. That's one thing I will not do. We will return here one day, whether I live to see it or not. Are we abandoning the storehouse? If we have to, we'd be leaving behind everything but the supplies you brought, Rook. On the other hand, Frostvelder is at least a week away. I'm not sure we've got that much food. It'll be cutting it close. If we're settled with heavy carts, it'll be almost impossible to outpace the Dredge. If we run out of food before we get to Frostvelder, it won't matter how many escape. I will say let me handle the Dredge. I still say let me handle the Dredge. We can't afford to leave the food behind because I don't have my supplies. It's going to get us killed, Rook. Die fighting Dredge or starve on the road. I'd rather fight. I agree with Rook. Then I'm coming with you. Okay, Oddleaf. I like your name. You're pretty, too. Kind of. Yeah, you're pretty. Your clothes are fashionable. They're going to be stained with blood. Yours. Unfortunately. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. Take some of the fighters and gather as much food as you can. Tell us when you're ready. You step into the courtyard where you can already see Dredge in every direction. The storehouse isn't far. You slip inside and start loading carts while Ivor and the half-dozen men who came along do the same. When you've gathered as much as you dare, Ivor takes up position outside the Great Hall. Dredge have already taken notice, watching closely. Come on, he mutters, and people begin filing out of the hall. Almost immediately, things begin to go wrong. Some Dredge go after the yaks tied to supplies, while others lunge at a cart with chickens. Terrified men pull axes, and the Dredge respond in kind. Not far away, you spot Ivor raising his shield, cursing. You prepare for a fight. Their strength is the same, but you have more armor. You go first. This would be easier with Eagle alive. Okay, it's not that bad. Big Boy's gonna be my tank. What's your ability? Puncture bonus when Sanctuary. Rain of arrows. Target a tile and stun enemy who steps in it with a rain of arrows. Ooh! That's nice. So I can set up choke points and make it matter. He's injured again. Okay. To your left, Ivor is laying into a large colossus. Behind him, an elderly man scrambles to his feet. Past that, it's clear most of the townspeople are scattered. If no one steps in, they could be picked off one by one. So I have to help the fighters, try to keep everyone together, or get Ivor to help retake the supply carts. Oh no. If I help the fighters, they can try to keep everyone together and try to retake the supply carts. Manpower first. If the fighters fall, there may be little hope for the others. You approach the chieftain, slump a deep wound in his side. Ivor appears to be back, battered but ready. Still injured. Yep. Same turn order.
This game is wonderful. I did have one major problem that is a running thing. I didn't know where I could or should end, so I ended up... Before I started this game this day, I had already streamed for like 8 hours, and I still have 8 hours of footage left of Banner Saga. 8. So, it's hard to stop. It is one of those games that just ties you in and makes you want to keep rolling towards the goal in one sitting, even though it's a 30-hour game, right? More like 25, but still. With that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you want to see more of this, because there's going to be quite a few episodes. I'm having a blast. Have a good day.